Wow. Okay. So I don't know if you remember this. DaBaby, the last time we saw you, you were at our summer jam, Hot 97 Summer Jam. Lots of energy in your
For
performance.
sure.
Wait, I'm almost 100% sure you don't remember this, but I was towards the front of the stage where you were. You jumped down. I almost got ran over by you.
Oh my goodness.
You are, that energy is different.
I like to do my thing. That's why I come alive at.
I love this. I didn't know it was going to be that kind of energy where everyone felt it.
For sure.
I felt like I was about to get ran over. Katrina felt it. Joe Button was standing next to me, and I think we were all like,
I remember seeing Joe Button speak on it. A couple people spoke on how the energy was that night.
how do you prepare for a show?
I don't.
You just go out there.
Absolutely. I like the energy that,
Do you like
and
the
New York was
unknown?
ready for me. Like, that's the thing. Like, they were, like, it felt like a return, you know what I mean? Like a return of something that's been missing. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely, helped. I got on the same frequency as everybody else and took it up a notch. That's what
Your
like to do.
security was concerned because they couldn't keep up with you.
They
I'm going to
never
be
can.
honest.
They never can.
I was very concerned for them. I was
give
like,
them a run for their money. Shout out to them. For sure. I be boom, boom. I don't give no warnings and none of that.
At all?
Nope. I don't give no warnings.
Oh, I'm going to say this respectfully. You're a nightmare for them.
For sure.
They're like, wait, where'd he go? Where'd he run off to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They hate me sometimes.
it is one of the most, and it's not the first time you've been at our summer jam, but
Right.
it's just your performance brings a different kind of energy.
I appreciate that.
This is exciting. I'm happy for you. Thank you for
sure.
being
It's a
here.
pleasure to be here. Pleasure's all mine.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're fresh off a flight. You came from home, flew into New York.
Right.
Well, let's talk about this. How the is this
How
a
the
mixtape?
Is this a mixtape? I just don't understand. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, so tell me about this body of work and how you came up with the title. Were you just talking to your friend and you're like, how is this a mixtape? Why can't this just be another album that's going to sell numbers like
Right.
you've done before?
I mean, I've had like several, conversations with the people around me that was working on the body of work with me. Like, okay, what we gonna name it? How we gonna name it? You know what I mean? And, I really came up with how to this a mixtape. Like at the last minute, I was definitely gonna go a different direction. But none of the other titles really like, to me, it didn't sum up what the body of work was. And that's just awesome. The first time I said that, I'm like, that's it, done deal, boom. Like, that's it. So, I mean, really, it's 14 songs, no features. You get what I'm saying? And it's the first time I put my heart in a body of work in like 4 years.
Why?
You know
Why
what I mean?
for?
I feel like I just got in a space to where I kind of lost the love for, you know what I mean, just creating the music and putting it out, like just with all the other things that come with it. And, when other things are put above the music, when you get to a certain level in the music business, you get what I'm saying? Like when the politics get involved, this and that, like it'll make you lose the love for, what you just came up organically doing, like me just creating and giving it to the fans and allowing them to form a perception on it or feel the way they feel about it. You know what I mean? So all those factors that came into play just kind of had me in a space to where it's like, okay, it's taking the fun out of this. You know what I mean? So, but I'm back in a much better space now.
How did you find your love again for creating and, not completely being turned off by everything?
I mean, first and foremost, accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like just holding myself accountable for, exactly where I'm at, career-wise and the things, any and everything that I've been through career-wise, like holding myself accountable in the part that I played in and understanding that the part I play is, if not the only thing that matters, the most important part that matters. You get what I'm saying? So, I started there. And I worked my way up from there and got in a space to where I was just creating, comfortably again and just having fun, not second guessing anything, not holding anything back. I've been, for the past 4 years, my best music is music I haven't put out. You know what I mean? Ooh. So the songs I threw out here and there, like none of that was the best. It's just sitting, you know what I mean? And it'll get to a point to where like, I like to release music like that's present. I like it to represent my present self, like how I'm feeling like right then and there. So, when it came down to that, it's like a lot of songs, they'll never be heard. You know what I mean?
Interesting. But do you think maybe people would want to know how you felt during certain moments?
Yeah, absolutely.
And hear those vulnerable times?
And that's what I did with this one. So I kind of, and when you look at like the song structure and like, how I organized the songs throughout this project, like I started off in a very real space, you know what I mean? Then I got to the fun and everything. So I really, I feel like making it a mixtape was more so of like a reintroduction of like where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? For the fans and for the listeners, you know. And then we'll follow up immediately with the album after that. But it's more of a icebreaker, or not even an icebreaker, just, you know, a reintroduction, so to speak.
You know what? You're not shying away from it. Accountability.
Absolutely
like hearing
not.
you just open up in a conversation. Why was that important for you?
I mean, it's really the only thing you can do. At some point, you're gonna have to hold yourself accountable, you know, or you can forever just spiral, you know, downhill.
Did you feel yourself in that moment where you're like, okay, I'm going down this path. I don't like it. I don't like how I feel.
Yeah, several times. You know what I mean? I don't like how it feels in the early steps of it, you know, but there's definitely several things I could have done differently to, you know, navigate through, you know, a lot of the things that I have, you know, had to navigate through. You know, I could have done them, you know, in much different ways, but it's lessons to be learned and everything. And I definitely appreciate, you know, the things that I have experienced and I have learned, and I'm still standing. I'm good to go. I'm healthy, alive, thriving, you know.
Keep
smiling.
going day by day. Absolutely. So, you know, there was something that you had shared about when you decided to stop drinking. It was that moment of when, you know, you had been drinking and then you threw up in front of your daughter and you felt so embarrassed by that moment. And you said that, you know, you were going to quit drinking. How's that going for you? How's that journey?
No, that wasn't. No, that was more of like a joke that got taken literal on the internet. So I was actually here. I was
in New York.
I was in New York, and I think that was just more so. And I wasn't like drunk around my daughter or nothing like that. Hell no, I was here. And when I landed back home, I picked my daughter up from my mom, but like I was like sick like the following day.
Ooh,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I picked her up, but when I mentioned my daughter, it was just hilarious to me because I happened to be like throwing up. This is maybe 2 days after. You know what I mean? Like and I'm throwing up and she's beside me in the car. Like I had a driver. And we were in the back of the car. I don't know what I was in, maybe the Maybach, right? So it has like the captain seats in the back.
No,
and she's
did
in
you
her car seat over
it?
here, and I'm right here. No, absolutely not. Like I'm not one of those people that's just gonna just throw up in the middle of the floor. Like it was. I don't have an alcohol problem at all. I barely drink. Like I drink occasionally, you know what I'm saying? But and I remember throwing up, and she looked over at me. She in the car seat, so she got to like kind of do like this, and she. Good job.
No.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
Wait, how old was she at this time?
She had to be 2. It wasn't long ago, but that was so funny to me. Like, I wish I could have had that on camera. That was hilarious.
Yo, kids are honest.
Where I had to make a post like right there on the spot like that was so funny to me. You know what I mean? But no, I don't got no drinking problem.
Okay,
at all.
I didn't know. I didn't know, you know, if that was a moment.
I saw it. Like I saw it get like media coverage and everything, and I'm like, no.
That's not what happened.
Like people think,
It sounds like you had food poisoning, to be honest. Like you're talking about days
I don't
later.
know. I don't know what it was. And I
didn't
eat, but I didn't eat that night. I went to the gym. I had 3 shows that night.
Ooh.
So I had 3 shows. Right? I had a show and I did like a after party, you know what I mean, at a club. Then I did an after hour.
It's a lot.
Like an after hour spot, absolutely. You know what I mean?
It's a lot.
You
okay, I want to talk about this body of work. Okay, there's songs on here, and I'm gonna tell you which ones are our favorite. Okay, so first off, let's talk about the fact that you have no features on it.
None.
Why?
Didn't need them.
Okay, tell me if I'm wrong or right.
Talk to me.
It's a vibe. It feels like maybe the past couple years, you know, you're going through a lot, self-reflection. Maybe you didn't feel that, you know, people were not your friends still, but you know what it is, kind of distancing themselves from you. And maybe you just didn't care to try to get anybody on the project. Like it takes effort. Yeah. And you're just like, yo, I don't have energy.
It ain't even so much as that, like, because I was never a person that like, I never thought any artist was my friend, period, though, like to begin with. Like that ain't even how
Nobody?
I dabble.
Is
my
there
friend?
Yeah. Like, do you have anybody that you would consider a friend that does music as well? That you have built a rapport with over time? That you're like, you know what?
Friend.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm 100%.
Nah, like I rock with, it's people that I rock with, you know what I mean? And you know, but like friend, nah.
Right.
It ain't an artist out there that can like, you know.
Friend is a big title.
Yeah, like an artist like in my era,
yes.
like in my friend, nah.
Yeah. So no features. What was
No
the
features,
reason?
and I have music. Like I have music where I have artists featured on it, but that's just not what I chose to be like on the tape. And like I told you, like I like it all to be like present and like my current self. Like all of this music is like I just made it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then I don't like that'll also slow down the process. You know what I'm saying? But I reached out to certain people. Like if I heard somebody like, I like this person on this song, but I'm only gonna reach out like one time. Like I'm only gonna, hey, what up? I got something I want you to, and then I'm not like about to be sending music out. It's like either we in the same place at the same time.
Man.
Pull up, you listen to it, whatever, cool. But I ain't about to just be sending my shit out either. And nah, you listen to my, know where I'm going next and get the stealing sauce and no. So,
you're not in, no.
Yeah. I didn't even, I ain't go that route. And I'm not looking to play like any type of game. Like I say, like it was real. It's the first time I put my heart like in a body of work like in a long time. So, I haven't put out music to me. Like I haven't put out a real project since the last project I put out, like real project that I put out was #1 selling album, was the most streamed project of 2020. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's so much of me that people need to catch up on. I don't really, feel like that's not the game I'm playing, or it's like, okay, let me attach it to this name, and let that be. Nah, it's like you got enough catching up with me to do, And I still got more. That's just a mixtape. How the fuck is this a mixtape? That's
you can ride out on all that success. Grammy nominated, multi-platinum. I mean, really, the list goes on and on. But you're deciding to just be mindful and really stripping it down and focusing on you and how you're feeling in this moment.
Absolutely.
Okay. Is anyone doubting you right now? They're like,
a lot of people, and they in for a treat,
What? How do you get through those moments? Because I do think it's important for people to trust their gut.
Yeah.
And it's hard, especially you're very successful, right?
Sure.
There's a lot of people counting on you and your success. So everyone feels like they know what's best. But how do you stay true to yourself?
That's a great question. Like, and I think it all boils down to making sure you don't ever mistakenly fall in a place to where you're doubting yourself. People doubting you, people doubting me. That's nothing new. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. Like I'm the only rapper that has ever came out of there. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, so I was already up against those odds coming in. So I was already conditioned for that. But like none of my peers to like me, none of my peers to cheer for me, root for me, support me, any of that. Like I was conditioned for that. Like it's very much like that where I'm from. Like even after you blow up, you get what that's Charlotte. You get what I'm saying? So I was already ready for that. That never really did rub me, a certain type of way. That's why it's like, even like if people begin to like, when they go from having to go through Baby to get a song on the charts or whatever, the way people on my neck, you know what I'm saying, 2019, 2020, and then they become distant when it's controversy to come with me or whatever, like I'm not taken back or offended by it because I was never a artist that came in the game like, oh, there's this person, let me be friends with him. It was never that with me. Like if I link up with an artist, it's like, what we doing? We going to the studio? Like,
right.
And we ain't making no music. Like,
at least you're honest about it though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, it's kind of like that thing with me. Like, I don't, I take it with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? And people doubting me, that's really when you see my best work.
Isn't it the
best?
best?
Like when I do them freestyles that break the internet and all that, somebody made me mad. Like somebody pissed me off, you know what I'm saying?
Who was the last person who pissed you off? Tell me. Who was
the YouTuber that lied and said that I took his money or something like that. Like, yeah, he pissed me off. That's when I did the Sexy Red freestyle and Like That.
Yeah.
Future,
Metro Boomin,
I did both of them at the same time. But yeah, that was the last person that pissed me off.
What did they do?
minding my business, I was really doing him a favor.
YouTube situation.
Some bull, like, like playing games that come with very real results, at a time to where I don't even got room to be playing games like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even involve myself with them type of. I did, and I got that as a result. I got smacked on my hands, so I'm like, okay, cool. And instead of responding back and forth, playing their game, because all press is good press when people moving without integrity. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't the case with me. So instead of playing that game, I say, you know what? And I called my boy Just Incredible. Shout out my boy Just Incredible, and I pulled up and
that's right.
Just put it in the freestyle. So yeah, usually like when I do those things, like somebody them pissed me off or made me mad or, had me forgot, what's going on with me. So I just go demonstrate and then just like that, it's like, yeah, you're right. Everybody going against him. He the best. Whoop de whoop. And we move on.
It's hard to stay true to yourself though.
Right, for sure.
Because there's so many voices telling you this and that and what you're doing. But is there anyone that you do respect, even if you don't agree, but you really respect what they got to say, that sometimes you do take a minute to listen? It could be a family member, it could be somebody, but
somebody that I respect.
Like they're like, hey, listen, I don't know about this, but like I need you to, reset a little
50
bit.
Cent. 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
When was the last time he called you? When he called you about?
Probably like 3 weeks ago. Probably like 3 to 4 weeks ago. I just saw him not too long ago when he had his Human Harmony weekend in Shreveport. So I just saw him not too long ago. But he called, check on me all the time. Like do you feel like love that man?
It's rare to come across people like that, especially in this industry,
for sure,
who doesn't mind sharing the gems,
right?
Their
and
wisdom.
Don't stand nothing to gain from it. You know what I mean?
And they're not gatekeeping,
right? Absolutely.
Because I'm sure you've already experienced that, right?
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
What do you admire the most about 50? I'm sure there's a lot of things, but can't just be about his success, because of course that's
it ain't even that. Like that ain't even the thing with me and Bray at all. What I admire the most, I admire so much about the guy. What I admire the most is probably like exactly what we touching on, just his hustle and the way he done consistently, you know what I'm saying, dominated in everything he puts his hands on, everything that he does within, from the music to the film, everything, like the way he dominates and remains himself within
That's
it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's that part of it, And not only that, like just him, him being honorable, him being himself enough to, you know what I mean, pull his arm around me, take me under his wing, at a time to where it probably would have been best to stand across the street from me. You get what I'm saying? That type speaks volumes to me. Like that's the type of person I am. You get what I'm saying? So I don't even look for that in, the average person at all. I don't look for it. And when I run into it, I honor it in the highest regard.
For sure, because we know most people aren't, they're not going to do that. That's just the reality of the
1,000%.
situation, especially when they have so much possibly to lose, right? They're just like, you know what, I'm going to back away a little bit. But 50, has been publicly always singing your praises.
For sure, that's my guy right there, my big brother. And Dave Chappelle, that's another guy I got a lot of love and respect for sure.
It's nice.
For sure.
So can we consider them friends? What do we think?
Yeah, for sure. But I was talking about like in my
your
peer
peers.
group.
I got you.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. That's why I made sure I specified.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But definitely though, like
for sure. Okay, so I want to talk about Risha Roulette on the project. Okay, because some of the lyrics, I'm gonna be honest,
Risha Roulette,
questionable.
teach me.
Okay, so first off, why'd you name it this song? Like, where'd the name come from?
I mentioned, so it's Risha Roulette / Teach Me. It's, whichever one you want to call it. But I mentioned the words Risha Roulette. I mentioned, Risha Roulette in the hook of the song.
Right.
But Teach Me would be more of a,
the title, more of the title. Okay, so is this based off of Young Miami's card game?
Yeah, so it's
okay,
like I'm mentioning that they play the,
the spicy
that they're
card
playing
game.
the card game.
For sure. Okay.
I already shot the video for it too. That's a dope video. That'll be out within the week.
Oh, this is gonna be great. So is Young Miami gonna be in it?
No, she's not in the video. She's not in the video.
Well, okay.
I went ahead and shot it.
You already did it. Yeah, okay.
We can add some scenes if she, if she want to be involved.
Yeah, if she's free, if she's not busy, like on Carisha, please.
Exactly.
Are you gonna have a conversation with her? Since
I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. Absolutely.
That'd be fun for sure.
She's doing her thing with that. That's dope. Super dope. And I love her perspective. I love, the place that it comes from.
Yeah. And I think it's good for her. She's enjoying it. It looks like she's having so much fun in the conversations. Okay, so now in the lyrics, I want to know if this actually happened or not. You said you wrote someone a DM and she left it on red, so you're never going to write this person
last time
back.
that I ever write to be. Absolutely. I'm not. You don't think I didn't. You don't think
I'm just curious.
Not responded to my DM before?
Wait, like in recent times? Like when?
Oh, I mean, what you mean recent times? I'll send a like I'm not,
You're not above it all. Like
right there from my page. I will. I'll tell you how I feel. I ain't tripping. I'll tell you how I feel.
Okay, wait.
In
So
a heartbeat.
So in
like it's like nothing. Like that's probably why you ain't never like seen no screenshot from like DaBaby DM because I don't. I'm gonna be like like
and
right, yeah. I ain't saying no crazy shit at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah.
Have you ran into this person like afterwards? And like, do you know what
somebody
I mean?
who I done did? Oh, like on
Yeah,
some
like
back
you
then they didn't want me.
Yeah.
Now I'm hot. Of course I didn't. You know, but then you snooze, you lose. I'm that type of guy. Watch out.
This is hilarious to
For
me.
sure.
Okay, so let's talk about your other song, "A Hollywood Freak."
No, a little Hollywood freak. Yes.
Is this based off a real situation?
I definitely know a little Hollywood freak.
By the way, this was Katrina's pick. She loves the song.
You like Hollywood freak? That's fire.
All these songs, you can tell like they're like the girly songs. Okay, all right. So I want to talk a little bit about in your song in a minute. In the beginning, when you talk about you're proud of your losses.
Absolutely.
What do you mean by that? And what are some losses that you're proud of because you learned from it?
Yeah, every last one of them, you know, they build character. They're a testament to, you know, the type of person that you got to be in order to navigate through these things and come out on the other end gracefully with a smile and wisdom, you know what I mean, to move forward with. So every last one of them, you know. No matter how long it takes for the lesson to really sink in, you get what I'm saying, and the transformation to happen, you know, the actions moving forward. Like, I've genuinely grown to be proud of like all of them, and it's a great space to be in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What would you say has been one of the hardest lessons for you?
And
I'm talking about your life in totality.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely beyond music. Like a lesson that I would have wouldn't even involve like music, but it would probably be that I can't save everybody. I can't please everybody. I can't make everybody happy. That's probably one of the hardest ones because I really do like, you know, pride myself on like being there for others, being the one that they can call on. Like I'd rather see somebody else happy than myself. You know what I mean? Like it's always been like I was the top streaming artist in the world, and I'm like, you know, how can I pour into this person, and show them that they can reach, you know, unimaginable heights and whatever it is that they you know, seeking after or sought after doing or whatever. So that's just how I am. You know what I mean? That's how I've always been set up. Like it's always been, my purpose has always been bigger than me. You know what I mean? So that was one that like, yeah, like, you know, you gotta get cut deep to really, for that one to sink in, especially when you is persistent as I am and doing what you put your mind, you know what I mean, towards doing. Like that's something that really cut, because it's nothing that you can't tell me I can't do anything like that I want to do. Like I'm gonna do it. Like I gotta learn the hard way. Like damn, you can't do that, and that's one of them. Pretty much everything else I've been able to do. Like it ain't nothing I haven't been able to do, but that. I had to learn, like, yeah, you know, and I went to war with it too. Like, nah, I ain't like I can do this for this person, I can do, you know, but
how do you set those boundaries? Because that's hard when you're constantly pouring into everybody, right? Because you want everybody happy, even at the expense of yourself, right? Even at the expense of your happiness and success. How do you, where are we today? Like how
you is headstrong on it, like as I am, like when you really, like when that's really what you stand on, it's really what you go for it. You have to eventually get to the point to where you literally can't do for others. Like, you know, like I'll go broke. Like, you know what I mean? Taking care of mine. You get what I'm saying? So you have to get to a level to where it's boom, to where you just literally can't. And then that'll teach you. But see me, like, those types of things, like I've never ran from, because I know what I'm capable of doing. So it's never, like I've never been worried about me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I can do at any given moment and what I'll be satisfied with. But what satisfies me is, you know, seeing others, just the look on people's faces, or just seeing them have that energy that a person has when they put their mind towards something and they do it. Like I want that for everybody. You know what I mean?
But like, how does someone look out for you, right? So you take care of everybody.
Looking out for me would be fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling what you set your purpose out to be. Like that's payment enough for me. Like that's what I'm all about. Like I don't want to see them do nothing but flourish and whatever it is that they, you know what I mean, embarking on. Like that's all I need. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
That's not. You're not high maintenance. I'm gonna be honest.
Not at all. Like I don't. like I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like when it come to, like I really like to see people shine. You know what I mean? Like,
so right now, let's say someone wanted to thank you, right? And the holidays are coming up and they want to get you a nice present. You rather them, you know, be in their own purpose.
buy themselves something. So I can so I can smile and say that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, for real. Like I don't, you know.
Yeah.
And then my birthday is December 22nd too. So I was never like, like that. I think that plays a major part in like how selfless, like, you know, I've grown to be. Cause it's like I didn't even get birthday gifts or birthday parties.
Because it was just all
Christmas was 3 days later. Yeah, it's like just open up one of your Christmas gifts. It's, damn. Wait, I was gonna get that anyway. Like ain't no party, ain't no none of that, you know.
Yeah.
Times is hard. We ain't the money done been spent on Christmas. It's all right, you be good and wake up in 3 days. So it's like cool.
Yeah.
I think that play a part in it too.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Somewhat, but
listen, when your birthdays get skipped, you don't really expect much.
yeah, it's different, you know. When they've been getting skipped since a kid, you know, you got some people think about like how serious people like take their birthdays. You get what I'm saying? To me, it's like, yeah.
I like forget my birthday most of the time. You know, I'm just
one
happy.
party, the year 2020. What my people threw for me, that was like,
and you didn't even probably want it.
Remember?
Yeah.
Nah, that was dope. And I'm like, okay, this what it feel like when somebody have like a birthday and to be celebrated. Like, like this what it feel like to be celebrated. Like, okay,
it's nice.
You know what I mean? Right.
Would you want that now with where you're at in your life?
That type of party, I want that every year. That was amazing. That was dope. You know what I mean? That was dope. It was authentic too. It was yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
That's a high bar, right? Because that probably took a lot of planning.
Yeah,
a lot of energy went behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I think if everyone just bought themselves a gift, I think that's easier. That would
they could do that. That'll be fine with me. I wouldn't trip it out. I'm not looking for none of that. You know what I mean? I'm not. When
was the last time somebody made you smile, and what was it about?
My daughter. Mm-hmm. My daughter probably walking into the last building I walked into prior to pulling up here. She made me smile all day, every day.
Yeah. Now you have 3 daughters, right?
Such a beautiful person. 4.
You have 4 daughters, and you have a son as well, correct?
No, a nephew. Okay. That's my nephew.
That's your nephew.
That's my brother's son. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 4 daughters and a nephew.
And 3 nieces.
And 3 nieces. Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. So what kind of uncle are you?
Well, I have more than 3 nieces. I have 4 nieces now. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what kind of uncle are you? Are you
the best uncle in the world? The favorite uncle, for sure, 1,000%.
Yeah,
1,000%.
That's amazing. That's beautiful.
1,000%.
But how did fatherhood change your life?
Tremendously. You know what I mean? It gave me purpose. You know, outside, like I said, like I've always been. So before I was a father, it was like the only thing I was thinking about was my nieces. Mm-hmm. You know, my nephew wasn't born yet, and like so it was just my nieces. Even if you go back to like my music, like as a local artist, like up until the time I had a child, I'm only talking about my nieces, my mother, my brother. You know what I mean? Just family. But my firstborn daughter, like it really, like I popped in the music business like probably a year after. Like I'm like 1,000%. Like okay, I'm definitely doing that now. Like. That's what I did. You know what I mean? So she done been, you know, that's exactly how I would want to have a kid. Like I wouldn't want to have a child any other way and not be able to give him the world, you know?
Yeah.
But the way she carries it, like it's the furthest thing from, you know, a spoiled brat. Like that child is a beautiful person. Serenity, you are such a beautiful person. Like I love that girl.
I feel like you're such a great father. And again, look, we're seeing what we see. You know, I'm just going off
that's like what I show is, you know, like I be having to stop myself because I'm just so, you know, I can write a book on the love I got for my kids. They just so, all of them, just so special in their own way.
Has there been a time where they've tried to talk to you about something that you're just like, oh, wow, I wasn't expecting that. This is, or
I ain't got there yet. And I ain't in no rush.
Not yet. Yeah. Not like, hey, Dad, you're on the road a long time. Like any question that you're just surprised that they noticed about.
Oh, my oldest daughter, for sure, all the time, every day. Mm-hmm. Like she blows my mind. She never ceases to amaze me.
Really?
Never. Yeah, that girl has been here before.
Oh, that's special. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm sure sons are great, but I have a daughter. Katrina has a daughter. Daughters are different, man.
Yeah, they are.
We are loyal.
For
we
sure.
Ride out.
For sure, they gonna stick with you to the end. Your son
Forever.
gonna say, "Daddy, be a man." Be a man. Take the nursing home.
Yes. I'm sorry. My dad is my best friend. You can't tell me nothing.
Nothing at all. That's how my daughter is. That's how my daughter is.
Oh, you got a team. Listen, you're lucky.
Yeah, they don't play by me. They don't play by me at all either. At all.
What are you hoping for them, their life, when you look at everything that you've built and the legacy that you're building and the foundation that you're building for them? What do you want for them?
Just happiness, you know what I mean? Just happiness, just for them to, you know, stand firm on the things that they believe in and walk within what they feel is their purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't, you know, force ideas on my children or any of that. Like I focus on integrity. Like me and my oldest daughter, we have conversations about integrity, like at her age.
Yeah.
If I call her right now, baby, what's integrity? She's gonna give you the definition of it. You know what I mean?
How old are they?
And then context around it. My oldest daughter's 7.
Yeah.
So 7, 4,
Oh,
3,
yeah.
and 1.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
You're in it.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
in dad mode.
1,000%. 1,000%.
What do you like about dad life?
I don't like anything. I love everything about it. I love everything about it. Yeah, I accept it all with open arms and a smile on my face. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
So like right now, are you in a place where you're just like, man, I'd rather go hang out with my family?
I've been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kick it with my family any day. You know what I mean? Like any day.
100%.
Any day.
For sure.
My big house, it'd be looking like the projects when the kids over there. That's when I enjoy it.
Oh.
These kids just running around. They upstairs, sound like they're about to fall through the floor. You know
let's hope they don't fall.
I cook every meal. You know what I mean?
Oh, what do they like? What do they like with what you cook?
My oldest daughter, she picky as hell. She don't like nothing. She eat like 5 or 6 things, you know. But she's still just so tall and so big. I don't understand. She's so picky. They all like different. They personality. The differences in their personalities is hilarious to me. But my oldest daughter though, she don't eat nothing. Super picky. The rest of them, they eat. Okay,
one word to describe each daughter. Go in order. Let's give everyone their own shine. One word. There's so much on your face right now. I can tell by this smile. It's great.
Because it's like I can't. Even anybody in the room that have been around them, like they know, like they probably got the same look on their face. Probably like, cause they know. I don't know. It's hard to sum her up with one. If I had to sum up my oldest daughter in one word, it'd probably be perfect. It's definitely perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But then like I would, I can say that about all my kids.
Yeah.
So, and I would say a princess, but I like to call myself a certified princess maker. So I'm gonna call her the boss.
Okay, the boss makes sense.
Yeah.
She's the oldest.
And she is, and she, and she carries that way. She carries it that way. Like she loves her sisters. She takes full responsibility for being a daughter, a big sister, or everything. Like she's like, when it comes to everything, a grandchild, a niece, like she is.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I'm telling you, amazing would be the word for her.
Oh.
I don't want to sum my babies up in one word.
I love
see how
it.
difficult this is for me?
Yes.
Like I can't even.
But can I also say, this is the most I've ever seen you like consistently smile ever throughout the years.
I love them to death. It's like my cheeks about to fall off. And Nova, that's my soft girl. That's my sensitive baby. That's my soft girl for sure. But she got a switch that could be hit for sure. Like,
she can turn up if she needs to.
And Valor, oh my goodness. I probably just call them all by their name because they just full of just so many different characteristics and so much personality. I call Valor. So we can call Valor the princess. We can call Serenity the boss.
Yeah.
We call Nova the angel. We can call her that. I'm calling her the angel out of the bunch. And Milani, we call her the baby. That's what we call her. Yeah, I do that. I think that's
Yeah.
I think that'll work for now.
How do they all interact? Do they team up against you? Like
team up against me? Yes. They will. They're gonna choose their sisters over. They will. 1,000%.
I love the loyalty though.
Yeah,
that's what we want for our kids, like as they grow
Absolutely.
up. To have each other's back.
I'm real big on that. Super big on that. So like the relationship that my daughters have with each other, like it's a testament to. I would say it's a testament to like, the morals and principles I stand on as a father. Like you would think that, like my daughters like. even if they're in different households, like they're closer than kids that probably grow up in the same household. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, that goes back to you prioritizing, family and being a good father. It's important. It's a lot of hard work.
Right. No, for sure. It ain't easy to tell me about it. Tell me about it, you know, but that's the type of work that I'm more than happy to put in.
Yeah.
More than happy to put in.
How do you stay focused? Well, obviously we saw everything play out between you and your ex, Danny Lay, obviously the mother of one of your kids. How do you stay focused on co-parenting, right? Because that's always going to be the focus of everything when it comes to family. How do you prioritize, hey, let's focus on being the greatest parents that we can be?
The love of my daughter, that's easy.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, because I'm going to always put, my kids before whatever personally. Like I've done it time and time again in front of the world,
Oh yeah, listen. I mean,
and you'll see the results of it, later on down the line. Like you can tell. I can always, and it's not to judge anybody, but like, when people post their kids or you see people on the internet with their kids, like I can tell within seconds that, you know what I mean? Like or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's just how it is. But with me, like it's different, the relationship I got with my kids, and the trust that they have in me, and it shows. It bleeds through. You know what I mean? So that type is easy with me because I'm a forever just put my kids first and endure whatever come with. You know what I mean? Doing that, and I know the result on the end. Like I know what I'm doing it for. Like like when you got people to do it for different reasons, then you gotta, that's on them. You got other factors to navigate through. But me, it's ultimately about the relationship between me and my child, and and maintaining the health within their upbringing, like, and just making sure that they good and that they're not affected by anything on the outside. So I'd like to say, if I not to toot my own horn, but I know I do a great job at that. I know 1,000%. I do a great job at that. You know what I mean? Because I could have easily, been like the majority, like. I've seen it firsthand too, I could have easily been like the average person and let the bull, get the best of me and put that before the long term in a relationship with my children, And I think my children don't know nothing about none of that bull. Like it's not the good, it outweighs it, you know what I mean?
Wow. Do you feel like that's really important? Like,
Absolutely. I think it's imperative. Like it ain't no way around it when it come to me. And the results you get, like it's amazing. Like that's something that can never be taken away from you. Sure. Like I'm a superhero to all my kids. Like,
do you feel like that's changed how you even want things in the public, right? Like in general, like do you now throughout the years, right? And you're like, I'm going to adjust a couple things because when everyone gets to see it and things play out, right? I'm sure in the back of your mind as a good dad, you're like, man, I don't want this ever to get back to the kids or whatever.
For sure.
Has that changed how you just look at life and what you're willing to deal with?
Yeah, for sure. 1,000%. Another thing though that I am big on though when it comes to my kids is like standing firm on what they believe in as well though. So like certain examples, or certain things that maybe perceived as, something else, when it comes to popular belief, like those are things that are healthy for them. Like even if it comes down to like, like one of my kids' mother, like standing firm on something that they believe or something that they might feel like, I feel like that's healthy.
Right.
For my child, you get what I'm saying?
To learn how to stand on their own.
Absolutely. You get what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's certain things, of course, that I wouldn't want them to see, you know what I mean? But yeah,
it's a fine line though.
The moral compass, within it, if I'd rather them see that than see this. What they're never gonna see is me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of things that they will never see me do or never see me go for. And those I think are just as important as the things that I try to make sure that I do show them. So,
for sure.
But I definitely take I definitely take into consideration how every single thing I do can potentially affect my children.
Oh, yeah. And it's a fine line, right? Because you want to be honest with them. You always want to share the truth, but, it's like also they have to be at a certain age and a way to receive information. it's a lot that goes
And
through
my
parents'
oldest daughter,
mind.
like she's at a level, she is at an age to where she can understand things. You know what I'm saying? She has
Right.
been for a while, and she speaks on them like that. Like I said, that girl is amazing. Like she'll tell me, like I wouldn't even have to have a comment. Like she'll tell you, she knows what I'm doing right now. She knows why I'm doing it.
No.
You know what I mean? She knows. You know.
Yeah.
And
Well, here's the thing. As like a girl, like someone who, my dad's my best friend, I think kids are more open to the truth than we think.
absolutely.
Right? I think they're more understanding and forgiving. And I
Because they
think,
see.
yeah, and I think they
everything.
appreciate the honesty. But then it's like we don't want to burden them with like our life and
Exactly.
what we're going through. You know, it's hard, but you know, you're doing a good job.
Thank
It's not easy, you know? And I think one of the things like when we talked early on about like even the things that you hold yourself accountable and you doing it in such a public space, like when you said the inappropriate stuff and insensitive comments about HIV and AIDS, and then you apologized and you took it upon yourself to meet with organizations to learn more. And I know you've discussed this before, so I want to focus more about what did you learn throughout that entire time that you feel is something that you'll take on with you for the rest of your life?
Accountability.
Yeah.
It can all be summed up. I think it all just starts right there, just accountability. And, you know, and if it's taken quickly, you know what I mean, rather than being drawn out and allowing other factors to come into play along, you know what I mean, in the meantime, then a lot of things can be understood from different perspectives a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely accountability.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it was important for you to do the work that matters. Do you feel like that time period may have slowed down your success? Because just as okay. And the reason I say that is because Katrina and I were looking at everything you've accomplished up until that point. How many Grammy nominations, Katrina? 8 Grammy nominations. Multi-platinum records.
With them being in the mainstream music business for 12 months.
Yes. I mean, it felt the run you were on during that time. This is years ago, right? I mean, it was massive. I don't think me being in the game for how long I've been, I have seen a run like that in a while. I'm gonna be honest. So now maybe it's happened before me, sure, but close to 20 years in broadcasting, started in college, I haven't seen a run like that.
Wow.
And, you know, obviously things happen. Does that make you focus even more on accountability, of course, but does that make you also appreciate the times that you do have all the success, the wins, right? Like,
it take losses to build character, you know what I mean? And like that's where you learn all that. And that's where you learn, you know, what you really made of, you know what I mean? And I love the things that it showed me within myself, you know.
that's right.
I'd be the first one to tell you that those things already existed, but it tested it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it, you know, I love it. I love the character that was tested within those times. I love the character that was built. You know what I mean? And it brings me to a much stronger space, a much wiser space, a much more mature space for sure. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Do you feel like, I don't want to say you're chasing that success. Is it a new chapter for you now?
Definitely a new chapter. I'm not, you know, I had really got to a point to where like I said, like I don't even feel like, you know, like the controversial moments and I don't feel like that was directly what like caused like the decline and you know what I mean? Like my career or whatever. It was how I perceived it and how I went about it. You know, like I'm in that type of space. Like it's not, I'm really holding myself like 1,000% accountable for like, you know, the way anything is going for me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not chasing success. Like I was at a point where I was almost like bored with it.
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? Like I was like, you know, I liked it once I conquer something, I liked, okay, boom, I'm a what's next type of person, not a, yeah, look what I did, you know, and hang in the cool kids club. I've never been that type of, that's not what I do. You know what I mean? Like that ain't my game at all in no way, shape or form. Like I'm like, okay, if I could do that, I could do this. Like that's
Correct.
Exactly what I do. So, you know, I've moved on. I move on from things the second that I conquer them, and I conquered, you know, the game quickly. You know what I mean?
A lot of hard work.
For sure.
Let me also say this.
Quickly, like as far as like,
sure, okay.
You know, the work had been put in for like
the work ethics you have
years before.
Yes.
Yeah, years before. Like I look up, like it takes for me to like almost see a post. Like I have to be reminded, like you dropped your debut project 5 years ago. I'm like,
crazy.
Damn, like
crazy.
5 years ago. It feels like last year to me. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So really, like those couple years in between, like when I tell you, like I wasn't like here mentally, I wasn't here. My heart wasn't here.
Sure.
Like it was in much more, you know, real places. Like if I might say, real to me for sure.
For sure,
you know what I mean? And that's why I'm like, you know, the body of work, 14 songs, no features. That's why I'm like, it's plenty of catching up with me that, you know, the consumers and the fans or what have you have to do. You know what I mean? Before I can even begin to consider like attaching somebody else to my work in order to gain notoriety. Like, nah, you can. It's plenty of me to, you know, to be consumed.
But you got to be confident to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know what I mean? That you're not needing a feature. Not saying you wouldn't like a feature. I'm just saying sometimes it could be used as a crutch in that way.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But
For sure.
I think that's, you know, it's a big hill.
Oh, for sure.
Because you can easily tap into a world that you know that you have won in when it comes to making songs and this and Grammy nominated and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But I think this is, you know, I think not that you were bored with it to that extent, but it's a challenge. And we all need different challenges to bring the best of us. And so this chapter that you're building, how would you describe it?
Resilient.
I like that.
Chapter of resilience. Yeah.
Yeah. What chapter do you hope to reach in your life?
I have no ceilings on it at all. I don't.
Yeah.
Like from, you know, what I've come from to what I've already been able to achieve, and you know what I mean? Like it's kind of hard for me to limit myself anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the hardest decision you've ever had to make in your life?
I don't know. It'll probably bring me back around to the point we spoke on with like not being able to please everybody, like just really like setting a boundary and like, you know, letting like a loved one know like, yeah, like
I did what I could do.
I did what I could do for you. Everything I could do, literally. If only you knew. Ain't no way you know. But if only you knew. Like, yeah, I did everything I could do for you.
I need you to have a song called that, If Only You Knew. Because can I tell you how many times I've said this just in general? Like, if you only knew how much I've tried and helped and this, and it was never going to be enough.
Right.
Because it really isn't, it was never up to you in the first place at the end of the day.
Yep.
Oof. Okay. I want to talk about your new mental health resource program, which we talked about on the radio. Congratulations. I think it's really important. It's called DaBaby Cares. What are you hoping to accomplish with this? Why this?
Really just providing resources and a safe space for the youth to, you know, escape mental health issues and allowing just a safe space for them to even have these conversations and you know, get these things tended to at an early level, you know what I mean? Before it blossoms and snowballs into something uncontrollable. It could just lead to things that, you know, we can't take back. We can't, you know what I mean, get away from, that we can't overturn. So it's mainly just, you know, creating a thing for the youth. And not only that, like to inspire others to do so. Just utilizing my platform to just save as many people as I can and just, you know, set an example and give people the tools where they're needed. You know what I mean? A lot of people just don't have the tools, like, at all, you know?
And that's part of like the issues, right? Like the reach, the resources. Like, are the resources available? Can people afford it? What is it?
Are they effective? Like
do
those
they work?
Types of things, right? Effective resources, like really, you know, like none of the, you know, the bullshit that just looks good for the cameras. Like really, you know, tapping into like how can you get a child's mind off of the bullshit that goes on in their life? Like literally, like how can you do it? Like
help
let's
them,
boom,
truly.
right? Exactly. Like how can you really help them? Not, you know, pop up on them.
Once in a while.
Once in a year.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Give out some free food and some stickers and then send them back home where they mama talked to them like a dog on the street. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's those types of things. Like I got a real, you know, special place in my heart for like people who are left with no option but to navigate through, you know what I'm saying, that type of lifestyle. And I know firsthand, you know, how it affects them. And it's almost like, you know, being trapped in a world that you can't escape from. And I feel like it's, you know, when people are, you got different kinds of people. You got people who turn to something more positive and allow that to be their escape from it. You get what I'm saying? And which is somewhat of like, you know, the situation that I ended up being in. You get what I'm saying with me? Or you got people who just, a lot of people can't, you know, they can't navigate through it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's, you know, it's, if you look at like the difference between like me and my brother and how he dealt with, you know, whatever he was going through mentally and me, like it's a complete difference in how we navigated through it. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, and my thing is to bridge the gap between those two. Yeah. You know what I mean? For the ones who do know how to navigate through these things, who do know, you know what I mean? For the ones who don't let it get the best of them, you know what I mean? For people who, you know, where trauma, where tough situations like bring out the, okay, boom, like, yeah, I ain't going like that. Like, I never do this way, I never do that. And for those who are consumed by it and who just, you know, who grow to look at things that shouldn't be normal at all, shouldn't be considered normal at all, is the norm. Just bridging the gap and you know, really showing these kids something different in a very real way, in a way that they can digest it, not where it just seems like somebody's just talking at them and then boom, going to live their life while they gotta really go and, you know, endure it. Yeah.
Now, this was obviously inspired by your brother.
Yeah, in honor of my brother, for sure.
I am
1,000%.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, for sure.
What will you, I want to think about the positive times with him. What will you miss the most about him?
Handshakes, hugs, you know what I'm saying? My brother, real loving dude, like real loving dude. And he shake your hand and feel like he gonna break your hand off. Like I give people handshakes all the time. They'll be like, damn, like you shake hands like it could be somebody 300 pounds, 6'4", like they shake my hand and try to let it go, like they go stumbling backwards. They like, what? Like, yeah. But you know, just those types of things. He's such a loving person and just so, you know, so real, so transparent. It's transparency, you know what I mean? Yeah, his love is transparency.
What's something that, you know, that you loved that, you know, it's like my brothers, like there's certain things, memories I have, but something that the work that you're doing that you want people to feel. Is it the love? Is it the warmth? Something that you love so much that you hope through your work you can pass that on?
Just knowing that somebody cares and that somebody can relate to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? More than anything, because I think that's where, you know, these types of situations like spiral out of control. Like when a person feels like they have no other option, or a person feels like they have nowhere to run to or nothing to utilize in order to, you know, navigate through whatever it is that they're going through. So it's more so that type of thing, just, and to let them know that it's a safe space too. There are safe spaces to do so. Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a favorite memory of him?
I got plenty. They used to terrorize me, so you know, I got a lot of favorite memories. I speak on them all the time, but above all, man, like just all of them collectively, just, you know, just that was like my first like male role model almost, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like my father too, but I was in the house with my brother like every day. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of things. Like I really miss everything about him. You know what I mean? The good, the bad, and the ugly, because it all has something to do with shaping me up to be the man I am today.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. 1,000%.
It's a journey that you.
I'm his baby brother. Like literally, I'm the youngest of 3 boys. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, the baby. Yeah. Oh man.
In a single parent household. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been through some things.
For sure, 1,000%.
Absolutely.
To say the least.
It's you know. And you're still resilient. You're still standing here.
I try to be.
Absolutely. Listen, day by day, right? You know, and you know, to do it publicly. I know I couldn't. Right. I'm gonna be honest. So
I think it's necessary though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when you launched your initiative, I think it was just a moment of, okay, like this is, we're all trying to figure it out. How can I help? How can I use my platform? What's my purpose? And, the purpose can be lots of different things. But the fact that you're trying.
And not only am I using my platform to do these things, I'm using my platform. These are conversations I need, I'm getting ready to start therapy myself. That's something I'm excited about. I've never done a second of therapy in my life. My therapy has always been like, okay, creating music or what have you. But yeah, so.
Are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am. I really am.
I'm really happy for you.
I appreciate it.
This is amazing.
Appreciate it.
When was the last time you had your heart broken?
It's been a while. Been
it
a
could
long
be
time,
about anything.
Over a decade. Over a decade. You talking about a female?
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with the relationship.
Okay. If you ain't talking about a female, it's been more recent. But
okay, let's do both. Female relationship that you had your heart broken.
high school.
High school. Okay. Why were you heartbroken? Just curious.
Why?
Yeah, like what happened? Oh gosh.
I feel like that's healthy though. If you ain't got your heart broken yet, fellas, go try to.
Yeah.
As best you can. Get out the way early. It's for my young fellas. Get out the way early. You don't want to. I can't imagine being a grown man. It's like the first time I feel that.
Yeah, no, you gotta go through
feeling in my chest. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine like having to go to work after. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. After your first heartbreak, like you gotta go. No, hell no. That would crush me. Like if I was an artist, like I had to like smile in front of the world after. Get my heart for the first time, like it'll be over. Like it'll be over. I don't want to rap no more. You know what I mean?
I'm done.
But I'm done, right? But nah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I'd been out of high school for a long time. And this was early in high school.
Have you ever heard from her after that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then how about recently? Doesn't obviously have to do anything with a relationship. Last time you felt your heart broken?
Broken. It'd probably be the loss of my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
Broken for sure.
I think these vulnerable moments are necessary.
Absolutely.
And I know it's hard, just the pain, like even just talking about it. I appreciate and respect your honesty, your vulnerability, and, being just honest that you're going to do therapy and all these things. Like, it's so inspiring.
It was a journey to even, to get in that space.
To even get to this point.
Yeah, because I was shut down like quick. You know what I mean? Like I don't really open up, so I appreciate the platform and
Oh yeah, you're really truly holding yourself accountable in every way possible, like even bettering yourself because you don't have to. You could just go about your day, continue what you're doing, but you're like, hey, no, I need to do some work. I need to figure this out.
Do this work on myself for sure. Absolutely.
Final question: how do you want your kids to remember you?
I don't know, because I really like I really walk in this like it remember me for the type of father that I truly am. You know what I mean? I'm completely satisfied with like how my kids view me. 1,000%. 1,000%. I wish I had my baby with me so she can tell. Like I'd let her just take the floor. She would.
What do you think they would say?
She would take the floor like immediately. Like, she'll give a speech in front of 100,000 people. Like she's that type of little girl. Like no, not even about. I mean, whatever. Like especially about me. Oh, for sure.
Of course.
1,000%.
Yeah.
About me for sure. But I'm just saying, just period. You know what I mean? Like so I don't know. Like I'm not. You know what I mean? Like. I strive to be the best parent I can be on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So
it's hard.
But like I'm happy with the parent I've been able to be and that I've put in the work to be thus far. So
yeah.
Yep. I don't have an idea of how I want them to view me when it's all over. I just want them to grow to be, beautiful, happy,
that's right,
successful young ladies.
Healthy
and whatever it is they
happiness.
want, in whatever way, right?
That's it.
If success to them is being able to, go to the park every day and read books.
That's what we're going to do.
Read all of them, baby. Read up. You want me to go pick one up? I'm going to the library today. You want me to go get you something? Like, it's whatever. Like, I'm coming like that about my babies.
Oh, I love it. Well, speaking of books, we brought a gift for you. I know you give gifts and you take care of everybody.
I don't get them, though. I told you my birthday, December 22nd.
Happy early birthday. And then that means you have to come back because then I have to see you for Christmas. Then I got to give you another present because I got the point.
I'm going to take it. I ain't going to turn down no gift.
My husband and I, Colin Kaepernick and myself, are releasing our new children's book. And it's coming out actually tomorrow. It's not out just yet, but now you can read with the kiddos.
I'm gonna read that with my babies.
Yeah, and
they love books too.
Good.
They love them.
And the cool thing about our book is that all of Colin and my proceeds are going to go back to our nonprofit and the work that we do in the communities. We have not gone to North Carolina just yet. We've been 13 different places, one internationally. So from Harlem to Oakland, California, we've been around the country and, lots of good work I'll fill you in about. But all of our proceeds, Colin and I, is going to go back to the good work. But, it's a cute book. Some Easter eggs in there. Read it with the kids.
I am.
Parents, we got to stick together because it is hard out here.
It takes a village. It takes a village.
But congratulations again.
Thank you.
The next time you're back here, I'm hoping to hear even more great news. There we go. More stuff that you're working on. And listen, keep going. It's hard work.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. For sure.
Appreciate the conversation.